Welcome back, baseball fans, to the Fall 76, 7, 8, 9 Carryover League. Today we are in the National League North, and it's been the year of the Big Red Machine. Let's take a look at the year-to-date stats right now. And the Reds are 18-8 and currently have a #1 seed. They're up 2-0 against the Cubs in this series. Let's show you how they got there. Game 1, they got it rolling. Doubles by Morgan and Rose, a homer by Foster in the 4th. It was 7-0 after 2. They just kept peppering Rick Russell and the Cubs into a 13-4 destruction. And then in Game 2, they did it a different way. Hits were hard to find. We had a sac fly by Cesar Geronimo in the 2nd inning. Jeff Zahn and Pat Zachary, an unlikely pitcher's duel. Zachary puts 2 guys on in the 6th. Leadoff hitter gets on. Leadoff hitter gets on in the 7th. Leadoff hitter gets on in the 8th. They strand 5 runners to the Cubs. They leave Zachary in. He gets the complete game shutout. A complete game shutout for starter 6. Rotating, pitching over 200 innings, Pat Zachary. Now, the New York Mets were watching this game closely and thinking to themselves, we like that Zachary kid. Maybe we could package Tom Seaver, an aging Tom Seaver, to the Reds and pilfer perennial Cy Young candidate Pat Zachary off the Reds. Don't do it, Mets. Don't do it. Anyway, so the Reds get the win. And yeah, they stand on the precipice of the #1 seed in a very tough division, with the Pirates breathing down their neck at 15-9, and the Cardinals still have a chance at, well, I guess at this point they still have a chance at the wild card, probably not the division anymore. But their Cardinals are a very good team too. So it's not as if the Reds have been beaten up on the weak sisters. The Cubs are kind of weak in this particular instance today. So Game 3 in Wrigley Field. Cubs need to win out or their series and season is over. The Reds in Game 3 will send Bob Ochinko, a curious addition to the roster. Maybe they do need Tom Seaver in this team. It's a pretty lackluster rotation for a World Series bound ball club. And for the Cubs, it's Ray Burris. And let's get started from Wrigley Field. Joe Morgan leads it off. 3-6 is ball 4. Let's get it out of the way, folks. Let's show you the Morgan card right off the top. Yep, you got it. Probably the best Strat-O-Matic card ever. Second baseman is a 1, AA, blah, 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 and it's ridiculous. Anyway, probably the best second baseman's card of all time, if nothing else. Morgan. Who's catching? Posse. Let's steal a base. Let's just go after it in the 1st inning and finish these clowns. He steals 2nd. A Rose by any other name. Single dot. Runners on the corners for Griffey. 58. Sac fly to right field. 1-0 Reds. George Foster, 38K. Johnny Bench. Ooh, right B plus injury. Johnny Bench gets hurt. He comes tight calf, tight quad, and he'll leave the game. And longtime backup catcher, no, Steve Nakosha is their backup catcher. I was going to say Bill Plummer. Bill Plummer is actually on the Cubs. It's kind of funny. Normally, Bill Plummer would be Johnny Bench's backup catcher for that long run there. So, Nakosha, this could make it interesting for the Cubs. Opens the door for their speed, at least. Jose Cardinal, base hit. Speak of the devil. He's going to try a stolen base. And what would have been unlikely against Bench is successful against Nakosha. Cardinals on second base for Ralph Garr. Single dot scores the run. How about that? We see the importance of Bench immediately. All right, Garr will hold. Madlock's the batter. 3-6, another single dot. Runners on the corners for Dave Kingman. 67's a K. Jerry Morales, 1-6 is a single to right field. Madlock, 14, will not challenge Griffey's arm to go to 3rd, so it's a 1st and 2nd, 1 out. 2-1 Cubs. Plummer, 2nd C, against his former team. And Ray Fosse, a 2 out base hit in a left field Morales, 14. He's going to challenge the false to arm, making it 1-13, and he scores. And here come the Cubs. They want to win a baseball game, folks. Stan Pappy, 310, another single. Number 3 starter here. We talked about it briefly. Manny Trio, fouls to catch. We talked about, you know, the 1-2 punch of Zachary and Nolan are okay, but then it gets kind of meh. And you're relying on the big red machine to put up 7, 8, 9 runs or whatever. Geronimo, 210, second. Concepcion, 44, pops the first. Milt May, 49, second X. This is Trio at 2, E17, makes the play. Well, well, well. We go to the bottom of 2. It's Jose Cardinal, 67, Ks. Ralph Garr, center. Madlock, 37, left. All right, the pitchers start to settle down here in the third. Beal, 411, left X. This is Cardinal, 2E6, and he makes the grab. Morgan, 1-3, misses the column, rolls the third. Rose, skies the left. Kingman, 610. 1-3 off Ochinko, and he rolls the 1, and it's gone. And it's suddenly 5-1 Cubs. Morales, first. Bill Plummer, 69. Triple 1-2, double off the former team. Ray Fosse, 58. Pops third. Pappy rolls it to first. This is Beal, 2E21. And he boots that one. Now you got runners in the corners for Manuel Trio, and he Ks. Top of the fourth, Ken Griffey, 1-8. That's a base hit. Foster, 2-6. That's a base hit in a right field. +1 arm. Griffey, 1-18 to go to third. He's going to do it even though they're down runs, and he gets there. Runners on the corners. Here's Nicosia. 1-6 is a 5-4-3 double play. Not a good day for Nicosia, who was comfortably sitting on the bench to start. But he's been responsible for negative runs here. Runner at third, it's Geronimo, 49, second X. Trio makes the play. All right. Bottom of 4, Cardinal, 2-8, single. He's going to try and steal again, and he's thrown out. Nice play, Nicosia. Ralph Garr, 55, center. Madlock, 1-5. Let's take a look at Bill Madlock's card. 339, 1976, Bill Madlock. Solo home run. We get off a 6-1 game. Kingman, 3-6 is a K. All right. 6-1, Cubs. Concepcion, 35, flies left. Milt May, 5-10, Ks. Bob Beal, 1-4, first. Fifth inning for Ochinko. Jerry Morales, 2-8, double. Plummer, 2-4, center. Fosse, 210, single 1-11, base hit, runs to the corners. Bring it up for Pappy, 49, 1-13, single, line out. And with 2 outs, Trio. Triple 1, single I thought off the Trio card. My goodness, the Cubs. You know, once every week or so, the Cubs will put it all together, just beat the crap out of somebody and get a win. And yeah, they're doing it today. Jose Cardinal, 69, triple 1-2, double off of this Ochinko. Meanwhile, the rest of the National League takes notice. They know what the Reds' weakness is when the postseason starts. Second and third, 2 outs for Garr. 48, skies to right field. We've seen enough of that. 5 innings of Ochinko. 8-1. We go to the 6th. Joe Morgan. 56, triple 1-11. It's a triple. Off the Burris card. Pete Rose, 48, is a walk. Ken Griffey, 47, single 1-15 is a single. We've seen this before, folks. The Reds can get it cranked up at any time now. It's 8-2 with runners at first and second for George Foster. 2-12. Oh no, that's a 5-4-3 double play. Puts kind of a damper on things. Rose goes to third with 2 outs, and here's Nicosia again, but let's take a look at the Nicosia card. You see, he's designed to play just against lefties, thrown into the game against a righty with virtually no hits on his card, and look what just happened. He gets the double on 1-8. That's going to be an RBI, and suddenly we got ourselves the semblance of a baseball game here. That's the double down bucks in Nicosia. So, runner at second, 2 outs for Geronimo. Cesar, 2-5, he Ks. Well, it's 8-3. Bottom of the 6th, Ochinko leaves. We'll go Ron Davis in the 6th inning. Former Yankee Ron Davis in the 6th. Here's Madlock, 2-9, 3rd. Kingman, 49, walk. Morales, 67, left. Plummer, 68, center. 8-3 in the 7th. Ray Burris, he is going to be gone. We'll take him out after 6. And what do we got going here? Righty, lefty, switch, lefty. 5-run lead. Let's start the inning with Raleigh. Take a look at this guy. Gets lefties out. We have May and Morgan coming up this inning, so he'll pitch primarily to those guys. So Concepcion will lead off the 7th. 65 is a single. That gives Milt May an opportunity to do something more constructive. You can either go to the bench or let May hit and run here. They're going to let May hit and run. And he gets the 5 single. Oh, terrible break for the Cubs. Great bit of luck for the Reds. Now you got runners in the corner with nobody out. Beal and then Morgan, and that'll do it. Unless you want to leave Raleigh in through to Griffey. Runners in the corners for Beal. They're going to play back up for a double play out of Beal. 34 is exactly that. It's a 5-4-3 double play. The run does score, and there's 2 outs and nobody on the bases. And the Reds are a grand slam away from tying this thing. Here's Joe Morgan with 2 outs in the 7th inning. 47 is a pop out against Raleigh. So he gets the inning over with, a little roundabout way. It's 8-4. The Reds are going to get their bullpen some work. Buddy Schultz will come on the 7th. In Chicago, 7th inning stretch, 8-4 lead for the Cubs. We're listening to the Curtis LP 1970. Today, We People Who Are Darker Than Blue is the tune. Ray Fosse, 63, pitcher X. And Schultz is an E17. That's going to be a base hit. Stan Pappy, 312, line out max. So that helps. And with 2 outs, trio. 212, left B plus injury. Now they lose the second baseman. So what they'll have to do is they'll bring in Mullenix to play short, and the shortstop Pappy will play second. And we're in the 8th inning. We got Rose Griffey. I think we'll leave Raleigh in to get through to Griffey with a 4-run lead. Here's Rose. 38 is a walk. Here's Griffey against Raleigh. 56 is a fly ball to right. And that'll do it. George Foster's coming up. We've seen enough of that. Inning and a 3rd for Raleigh. Oh boy, do we go straight to Suter here or nah? The 4-run lead will give Paul Russell a shot. Paul Russell in the 8th. A man at first for George Foster. 5-10 is a catcher's card. Plummer is Fosse is a 2E13. It's a foul out. No advancement of the runner. And Nicosia with 2 outs. 3-10 short. And the inning's over. Alright, Russell gets the job done. The Reds are going to empty their bullpen here. They're going to let Doug Bear pitch the 8th inning. Get some work in. 8-4 game. Cardinal, 2-7 single. This time, Gar, he'll hit and run. And that's going to be the base hit. So you have runners in the corners. Hitting and running is starting to work again. I go into these dry spells where I do it and it never gets a hit. Now I get 2 in a game. Runners in the corners for Madlock. And they'll bring the infield up. 2-6, single dot, and the Cubs got it rolling again. 2 on for Kingman. 53 for second and third. And Jim Spencer will come in to play first base for Kingman for defense. Second and third, still up for Morales, 68. Sac fly at the left anyway. Runner at second, 2 outs for Plummer, 1-4 is a K. 9th inning, 10-4 game. We'll leave Russell in there because we want to save Suter. He's been overworked this year. It'll be Geronimo leading it off. 110 flies to right. Concepcion, 34, rolls a short. Milt May pops to third base. A blip on the radar, just a blip for the Reds. They seemed lackluster and probably had a hangover or something like that. And they lose a baseball game to the Cubs. But have no fear, the Reds should be able to rebound and still close out the #1 seed. 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the Cubs, give them credit, they won a baseball game. They wanted to win a baseball game, they did. Paul Russell, who's had a horrible year, gets 5 straight outs. Nice relief work there. 2 hits, a run and a walk for Russell. 6 decent innings for Ray Burris, giving up 6 hits and 3 runs. Walking 2, striking out 3. Bear, 3 straight singles and 2 runs and a K in the 8th. We had Buddy Schultz, a hit. We had Ron Davis with a walk. And it was number 3 starter Alchenko getting lit up. We'll look at his year-to-date and see how vulnerable the Reds are with Ochenko there. He gives up all 4, 5, 6, 8 runs. Wow. And they are all earned. Yes. Oh boy, there goes that league ERA again. No walks, 4 strikeouts. 109, 0108, 1018, 48. You would have mistaken the Reds for the Cubs and the Cubs for the Reds. So, game 3. The Cubs are not swept. And we'll take a look at the year-to-date now. The Reds fall to 18-9. So we'll go stretch this out here. So the Cubs are 7-19. Will be eliminated. Their team ERA is 5.65. They had some really atrocious starting pitching, and aside from Bruce Sutter, some atrocious relief pitching too. And you hit 270, that's just not going to cover all those losses. The Reds, so Zachary and Nolan are combined 11-2. And when you get to Alchenko and Billingham, the 3 and 4 starters for the Reds, you're looking at 5-3. Now, specifically, Alchenko just had a lousy start, so his ERA is going to blow up a little bit here, but it's still not good. It is going to be 5.23, his ERA, but it probably went up from 4-something to 5.23 in that game. And then Billingham, not pretty either. Jack Billingham, 5.19. So the Reds are vulnerable in 3 and 4. That's something to look at for their long-term World Series aspirations. They do have a very good bullpen. Bear, Schultz, Davis, and they're 18-9. Hitting .295 with a 4.34 ERA. Let's go back to see if the Pirates have a chance to steal in this thing. If the Reds win, obviously, when a team sweeps another team 3-0, you can only pick up a game and a half on the team you are not playing. So right now, if everything was over, the Pirates could sweep the Cardinals and be tied with the Reds, but we're not over. We have some more baseball to play. So the Reds need to win a game 4. If the Reds win game 4, that clinches the division because the Pirates would be 2 games out and they cannot cover a game. You know, they'll be 2 out. They won't be able to get all the way back to a tie. So if the Reds win game 4 at Wrigley, if they lose game 4 and win game 5 back in Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, then we'd be seeing the Pirates a game and a half back, needing a sweep, and then we have to go through head-to-head tiebreakers between the Reds and Pirates, and I think the Reds have that anyway. So it seems like it's pretty much set up for the Reds to eventually get this #1 seed locked down. If for some reason all the other teams are 7 games over 500, the Phillies at 621, Diamondbacks and Astros 17, 19, 12, 613. If the Reds flame out and lose the next 2 games, they'd be tied with the Phillies at 621. And it would be the Reds and the Phillies, a tiebreaker to see who's number 1 and who's number 2. But both would be percentage points better than the Diamondbacks and Astros, who pretty much have 3 and 4 locked up at this time. So that's and the Dodgers, we saw from the last series, are toast. They're out. So the Pirates and probably the Cardinals, Mets, or possibly the Padres get that final wild card spot in the National League. There you are. Hope you enjoyed the game from the crazy National League North. And we'll see you again next time.